Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Tel Talks Talk Show, Season 2, Episode 3. Tonight on the show, we've got a bumper episode tonight. We are going to be talking about the Comic Con Wishlist. So we're going to go back to the Comic Con Wishlist from Dino Joe's stream. We're going to reflect on that, see how we are getting on. So there's been quite a lot of progress from everyone, so that's going to be really interesting. We've got Julia Garner being announced as a Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie, so that's really exciting to talk about. Got Funko Pops to talk about, some brand new Funko Pops being dropped this week, and we've got some new fun and games to wind the boys up with as well. So let's get the guys in the chat then and in the stream. Dino Joe and Milky, how are you both doing? Last week you were both a bit rough. How are you both doing now, lads?
I feel beautiful now, except from my throat's still a bit croaky. I sound like I've been smoking for the last couple of decades, but except from that, I'm all right, actually. Not too bad.
Yeah. Milky, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm about 60%. I'm getting there, though. I can breathe right now, which is a good thing, so.
Yeah, the voice notes we were getting was like, is he all right? Is he going to make it? But good to see you both on the street on tonight's show. We've got Corey here. Good evening, hope all is well. Thanks for joining in again, Corey. I've actually started watching Ghostbusters Afterlife tonight, so I need to finish that. The Comic Con Brothers. That's a pretty cool name, that. That's a bit of a tongue twister. How's it going, Tel? Nice to see you in the stream, lads. Any questions, do fire them away, and we'll try our best to answer them. So we're going to start off the stream tonight by looking back at the Comic Con Wishlist that we done, where we all named 10 Comic Con guests that we hope to see in the future, not necessarily 2024, but who we hope to meet at some point. So let's get the slide up. We're going to start with Milky's wish list, and if you know any progress of where guests have been announced, or if they're doing any premieres or anything, do chip in and let us know. So we'll start with Milky's first 5. So do you remember saying these names, Milky, or do they? Or
Yeah.
you've changed your mind by now?
No, I remember saying them.
So so do you want to talk us through the list, who they are? Because some people might, I had to Google some of these names, like who are they again? So do you want to go through the list and who they are?
So Kaylee Scola-Delario is Effie from Skins. She's probably my favourite female actress. Would love to meet her. And I believe she was in The Gentleman. Joe said she was in that, didn't you? Yeah, so that's
She's
definitely on the list of me wanting
character.
to watch that because she's in it. Carice Van Houten. I must say I forget who she is.
She's the Red Lady, I think. Is it Red Lady? Melisandre?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
It's your list.
Yeah, no, my bad. I just forget the names.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones actor. Winona Ryder, of course. She's going to be in the new Beetlejuice 2 movie coming out soon. Aidan Gillen is Littlefinger from Game of Thrones, and Mark Addy is probably creeping higher up on the list every day for me because, I don't know, I keep wanting to meet the guy. He's such a great guy.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've completely forgot about Winona Ryder because, of course, with Beetlejuice. So, yeah, film premiere. Maybe it could be an opportunity. Like, you don't know. You assume there might be one in the UK, the premiere. So that is a slight opportunity. Maybe do some Stranger Things stuff. So, Joe, anyone there you think could be opportunities for Milky to meet in the future?
Mark Addy seems to be doing Wales Comic Cons, like North Wales as well. So, yeah, he seems to have been booked on it a few times. I don't know what he's done in the past, but he seems like one that Monopoly might manage to sink their teeth into. I can see him doing cons. Effie potentially now after The Gentleman. She was part of the main cast in that. She's brilliant in that, actually. Really, really good character. So, yeah, potential.
Yeah, so we'll go on.
Yeah, good list.
Corey's chipped in. He's got his list: McKenna Grace, Sophie Thatcher, the Yellow Jackets, Jack Quaid for the boys, Matthew Lillard, Scream, Shaggy, of course, Sean Bean. And it's funny you mentioned Sean Bean because on Milky's second slide is Sean Bean. So this is the more high demand ones you were hoping to meet. So, but I suppose a couple of them seem a bit more doable than the first 5. So you want to go through these 5, mate?
Yeah, so number 6 is Lena Headey. She played Cersei in Game of Thrones. Sean Bean, self-explanatory. Ned Stark, Peter Dinklage, such a fantastic actor. I don't think he's probably the one on there that I'll probably never get to meet. He seems
Who's
like
that?
just the impossible one. Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get to meet him. It'd be insane if I did. George R. R. Martin. There's a
We don't know.
possibility with book signings and things like that, and depends if he ever goes and releases this final book that everyone's waiting for. And Kit Harington is just on there because Kit Harington has to be on there. So he missed out on him
Doable.
last year. And I'll cry every year.
Yeah, it's doable. Because we'll come on to it shortly when we go on to Joe's list, but because we have mentioned like film premieres and stuff, and also like theatre work. And Kit does do Kit Harington does do some theatre work, so there is opportunities there. And he's got the Peter Dinklage one. I feel like he does do cons, but obviously not UK wise. I might be completely wrong. I know you've done that website RosterCon. Has he done cons in the past, or is he very busy with work? I'm not too sure.
He's done a couple, but he usually seems to be busy with movies. He's usually always on a shoot and another shoot and another shoot.
Yeah, he's definitely always got
Yeah.
work. And with Lena Headey, I've not heard much from her since Game of Thrones. I think she was in like a Kasabian music video, and that was like the last I saw of her.
Mm-hmm.
For you, do you know anything else she's done lately?
No, I haven't seen anything that she's been in recently.
No. So
Nothing at
out
all.
of the 10, is your list still the same? Like still top designer, or has anyone else sneaked in?
No, it's still the top 10.
It's locked in. All right, we'll move on. Meg says lots of Game of Thrones in there, Milky. Was it 7 out of 10 Game of Thrones in the end?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Uh,
and it'll be
yeah,
like that for a long time. But that's what I'm like. I am just Game of Thrones everything.
They're all Game of Thrones there. Yeah, it's pretty much all Game of Thrones apart from the other two. Harry's gone. He do top 3: Andrew Lincoln, Aaron Paul, Bryan Cranston, Mark Dyson for Guts in Berserk. Not heard of that one, the last one. But yeah, it's really weird. When we done it, none of us are really hyped about Walking Dead. I didn't put any Walking Dead names in there, I don't think. Actually, I did put one. We'll come to that. Pop Tarts in the chat. Good to see you, Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
Really?
So we'll go on to my one then when we'll go on to Joe at the end. So my one, we've had a bit of movement on my one. So my wish list, the first one was Emily Carey, and their song we know who is getting a few signings from her at the moment. Got Emily Swallow, famous for playing the Armourer. She's at MCM London next month, so there is a possibility of getting that one signed. Ross Marquand's done, so that's the nice one ticked off. So we're on the board, got one done. Jamie Campbell-Bower, Vecna, of course, in Stranger Things. He just done a Comic Con in France, but was it the same weekend as Aberdeen, or was it
weekend after?
Weekend after, yeah. So I couldn't really get myself there. And Hayley Atwell, nothing really. I've not heard nothing about cons or anything, but it seems a bit of a weird one, me putting Hayley Atwell in that now, looking back at that. So it don't really fit what I'm going for. But so that was the first 5. So at movement wise, I think Jamie Campbell-Bower could be one I could get this year, and then we swallow the rest. Doesn't look doable at the minute, but really buzzing to meet Ross Marquand. Joe, you want to add anything on Ross Marquand and your experience meeting him? Because yeah, he was great, wasn't he?
It was very unexpected in the sense that he was so chill, and he took so much time with you and me, and I was only there to take a picture, and he was just such a sound bloke, and his queue was huge, and he was just happy to talk. If we'd have stayed there and been basically, but had just been selfish, I think we could have carried on talking to him for another 5 minutes or so, quite easily.
Yeah, we could have got a pint or something and just had a chat.
I might have gotten beaten up by a security guard though. But...
yeah, we ignored Milky. We just ignored Milky, let Milky do his thing. Mark Coombsy Lee. If anyone wants to put like their Comic Con wish list, people they're hoping to meet. We're going reflecting on one of Dino Joe's past streams and looking at the progress of how we are getting on. So these are my first 5. And the second 5, we've got Sean Astin. Okay. Someone's at my door. One sec, lad. That's Mum.
Who's that knocking at your door?
Yeah, Mother's coming. So the second one is Sean Astin, who's actually been announced for Comic Con Scotland tonight. So yeah, he's getting about now with the cons, which is pretty interesting. I didn't expect that one tonight. So yeah, Sean Astin's at Comic Con Wales, Liverpool. Olivia Cook, nothing on Olivia Cook. So I've got no movement on that one, unfortunately. Karen Gillan was my third choice, which is quite high up. But yeah, buzzing to meet Karen Gillan and Tom Hiddleston. Tom's gone a bit quiet on everything, really. Not seen him do anything since Loki. Any new projects? Absolutely nothing. And then Ewan McGregor, again, pretty quiet. So, you lads know anything of any of the ones in blank? Like anything I might have missed?
What, that you haven't?
Mm,
Anything that you might have
Yeah,
missed?
like any opportunities coming up? Are there, like, say, like Olivia Cook, any House of Dragon? Do you reckon it'll be like a House of Dragon premiere, or I don't know, like a live screening? I don't know.
There might
be.
There might be.
Yeah.
I know we've got the Game
there
of
might
Thrones and
be.
House of the
Find out
Dragon
near the time.
con next year at the castle.
That's a good point, Yeah, I didn't think of like House of Dragon stars at this Game of Thrones thing next year. That's a good
It's
point.
both House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones stars. They're both going to be at the castle on the Sunday
Yeah,
in Germany.
that's a very good point. Yeah, and then Joe, on Karen Gillan, your thoughts on the experience of Karen Gillan? Because that was a nice one for me to pick off.
Yeah, again, really good, especially like considering how busy she was. Again, was more than happy to have a chat, do quotes on the pops, was talking to everybody in the photo queue. It was a really good experience all around. Where usually, like, if I get a photo, I quite like getting an auto as well, because photos generally you're really rushed and you don't really get a chance to even speak to a guest except from, oh, hello, you all right? You spend more time looking at a camera than you do talking. But yeah, she was lovely.
Yeah, so that's my list then, guys. So a bit of progress. We've got Karen done and Ross done, and then Emily Swallows, a lovely little announcement for MCM. So that should be free on the ball, hopefully, by the end of next month. Let's just have a quick look at the chat then. Cousy said, new challenge, talk to Ross Marquand for as long as possible before security take you away. It was a weird one because you paid. They didn't really, no one was trying to usher you on at all. Even like the people... I said, the agents and stuff. The agents were like chatting with us, weren't they? So it's a weird one. No one was really ushering you away. They know you paid the money because we had Diamond. Meg says no Florence Pugh. I mean, yeah, that may be an updated list. That might be my 2025 wish list. But we don't know. Coomsy might know a few people that can get us a Florence Pugh meet. Mark says, I know someone who has a signed Olivia Cook pops. Yeah, I know. I'm not always this close to messaging you, but I'm just like, I want to meet you in person as well.
Same.
Pop Tart says my top three: Bryan Cranston, Elijah Wood, and Mark Hamill. Elijah, the only realistic one. I'm not sure on Bryan Cranston. No idea if he's ever done cons or anything. Elijah Wood's very doable. Obviously, at Liverpool next month. Mark Hamill is actually on Diamond Joe's list, so we'll come on to Mark Hamill shortly. Harry says memory flashback. Oh, Kentaro Mora. I've heard of him. I can't think of who he is though. Robert Kirkman, Timothy Chalamet, Joaquin Phoenix, Jeffrey Dean Morgan. The rest is unknown. Cooney said Brian does a ton of brewery meets, but only signs the bottles. All right, so he's one of them, but like Ian McKellen, where you don't sign pops and stuff, actual stuff you can flip on. All right, let's go on to Joe's then. So, Joe, you want to talk us through your list? And do you think this list is still accurate to present day?
I think it's probably more or less spot on. Yeah. Josh Holloway is Sawyer in Lost. Lost, one of my favorite series ever. So that was my 10th. Natalie Portman, Padme, self-explanatory, and even more so now actually because Phantom Menace has got re-released this week, going back into theaters for the 25th anniversary. The pops are being released tomorrow morning, and there's a Queen Amidala and a Padme. So
wait, what? Funko Europe released?
Yeah, apparently it's 9:00 tomorrow. They're getting released.
Fair, yeah.
So yeah, even more so. Gwendolyn Christie, one of the shining moments for the sequels, I thought, was Gwendolyn Christie's performance as Phasma. I thought she was really menacing. Even though I thought the character was quite hard done by, I thought that her portrayal was good. And she was really cool at Celebration. Her talk, I managed to catch her talk at Celebration. It was pretty sick. And obviously from Game of Thrones, which is the main one. Evangeline Lilly, not so much Marvel. I'm not really too fussed on the Wasp, but as Kate in Lost, she's brilliant. And Kate's one of my favourite characters in Lost. And the same for Don Monaghan for Lost, obviously because of Mary. But Charlie's my favourite character from Lost. And when I've watched Lost for the first time, I resonated with his character quite a lot. So it helped me quite helped me grow up in my formative years, actually. So that was why he's quite high up, and obviously playing a Hobbit just makes it even better.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's my.
I'm sorry, I'm going to assume Lord of the Rings, but Lord of the Rings come out before Lost, did it?
Yeah, he got Lost was his first job after Lord of the Rings.
Okay, yeah. I was like, yeah. Well, I know like Lord of the Rings is like 99-ish. So I was like,
Yeah, I
Lost is
think
probably what,
2003 was the end of Lord of the Rings, maybe 2002.
Yeah.
And Lost
Yeah.
filmed in 2003, I believe.
Okay, yep. Mark says he's meeting Jason Momoa in May. I've seen that one. I'm interested to know about Basingstoke Con. So if it is a success, it may be one. Yeah, I do look at going in the future because their lineups they do get really, really impressive. Harry says if he was a bit at a more bigger con, that's quite reliable. I'd go meet him. He doesn't sign pops. I've seen 3 people with their arrow saying sign. Yeah, I've seen that as well. Same with Adam Sandler as well. I've seen a lot of people pestering Adam Sandler in London the last week. Paul's in the chat. Good to see you in the stream, Paul. And Coombsy says you can have Portman Joe. It'll be $550 though. But yeah, Dominic Monaghan with, as we know, you're unable to go to Comic Con Liverpool. So at the moment, it's not possible, but hopefully, maybe with the Scotland one, he could do another announcement for another UK con. Are you hopeful for that one?
I'm still hopeful for Wales as Sean Astin's there.
Oh yeah, Wales as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. They seem to be getting about as a 4-piece this year. And him and Billy Boyd are together all the time. Even now, him and Billy Boyd have been doing a stage show for 2 or 3 months in Ontario. Together, so they're always together. They had a podcast together over lockdown and stuff. So yeah, I'm hopeful to meet both of those at the same time. Actually,
yeah, no, I love to meet him as well. Coombsy has mentioned in the chat that the pops are restocking. So if they do restock, it will be lovely, and then I can definitely get a pop sign. No fuss there. So let's go on to your second page, and the more more obscure, maybe more well known, but probably a bit harder to get, or more expensive at least. So you want to talk through this for me?
What a photo that is, by the way.
I have to get a photo. Priceless. That
yeah, Emilia Clarke for Game of Thrones. I actually really liked her in Secret Invasion, but it wouldn't be enough to tempt me on its own. But purely as Daenerys, it's pretty pretty unreal. That one's a possibility. I've seen people get. She seems to be happy to sign at events like GQ events and red carpets and bits and pieces. Pedro Pascal for many reasons and many future reasons. And one of those future reasons, him as Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four, he is now going to be filming that starting in July, I believe, and that's all being filmed in London. So
I thought you could say Wales for some reason.
Maybe there is an opportunity there to get to meet him at some point. You never know. It seems like one that LFCC might just randomly pull out last minute, but I don't know. Ian McKellen, massive W. Never that out of all of those, except for Mark Hamill, obviously. I thought Ian McKellen was more unlikely than like Pedro Pascal. So the fact that we managed to get that done before March is pretty crazy. So
that's true. Yeah, when you think that the time and period of the year to get it that early on, and how we obtained it as well. It's funny with the pop. I forgot about the little marker at the top of the pop.
Yeah, where he said, "Oh, don't sign pops to start with." So it's dual signed. Hayden Christensen. Very. That's the highest on my list, realistically. And there is potential. He does do cons. He's done Birmingham a few years ago here, and he seems to do cons like every other week in the States. So never know, that one could come into fruition. And Mark Hamill's just the GOAT. So
I was going to say that I think Leader Pop Tart has actually seen Hayden Christensen in person at one of the cons. Maybe it was the Birmingham one because I remember Lee getting some footage of Hayden. I think it was the Birmingham con. It couldn't have been Liverpool. Pop Tart does say Dom and Billy's podcast was great. I've never heard the podcast.
Yeah.
Have you Have you heard it?
Yeah, it's
Me either.
called The Friendship Onion. They finished it. Apparently, they finished it because they weren't getting paid from YouTube. But yeah, yeah, it was really good. They had Elijah Wood on one week, and the banter between the three of them is just unreal. So it is a really good watch, and the way they flow off each other, just the two of them is great.
It's a video podcast then.
Yeah, it's them in person in LA.
Okay, nice. Just slightly not as good as us. Yeah. Mark says he's got some of the pops on order for Merry and Pippin. Kumsey said, I hear Pedro likes a bit of golf. Yeah, and Lee did see Hayden in Birmingham. Got footage of him having a cigarette, and then he gave a wave. I never knew he was a smoker. There we go.
Yeah, that's how Star Wars Theory. We got talking to him in Florida a couple months ago. He said that he met him, and apparently Hayden recognized him, and then he said, he left the queue, and then a security guard came up to Star Wars Theory and was like, "Oh, Hayden wants to talk to you," and he took him outside with him whilst he was smoking and was just having a chat.
It's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely mad. Anything else, Joe, to add to your on your list? Any changes you would make at the minute, or anything on Mark Hamill? I think is Mark Hamill gone a bit quiet. I feel like he has actually. To be fair,
he did a San Diego Expo towards the back end of last year, but it was like upwards of $1,000 for a signed item.
Yeah.
So it's very unrealistic. I mean, I would absolutely love to meet him, even more so after Monday talking to Jason. He said he'd worked with him. It's just like it just seems so surreal to me.
That's what I'm thinking about. I knew sorry, I'm interrupting. Go ahead.
No, it's right. Billy Boyd would probably find his way on the list somewhere, but maybe as a pairing with Don Monahan. But that's probably about it. I don't think it'd change too greatly. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, well, I look forward to doing. I'm not sure if we've done it this year or last year. This Comic Con wish list on your channel, but I'm looking forward to the next one anyway. When we do next year's list and our 2025 wish list, will be pretty cool. Milky, anything for you to add on Joe's list? Anyone you'd want to meet as well?
Amelia Clark, of course.
Yeah.
Another cool one. Pedro Pascal's cool.
Well, it's a couple of Game of Thrones in here, actually, isn't it?
Pedro. Hayden Christensen as well. He's obviously a great actor. Great.
You've still got 3 Game. Joe, you've still got 3 Game of Thrones actors on here. Didn't even realize. Yeah. Right. Let's see what the chat is saying. Mr. Teasdale's on Mark's list. I'm surprised you two haven't crossed paths actually in con so far. Right. Next up, then we're going to talk a little bit about the Fantastic Four and Julia Garner being confirmed to play the Silver Surfer, but it looks like the lady female surfer, the female Silver Surfer. Joe, I know you haven't watched Ozark, have you?
I have not. No.
Milky, have you watched Ozark?
Nope.
No, so it's just me. Who knows who Julia Garner is? So do you two know who Julia Garner is from anything else?
No.
Not from face, to be honest.
No. Well, what about just them going for a female Silver Surfer? And how are you feeling about that? Yeah, you confident with the casting? Or
doesn't bother me. Doesn't affect me. I don't know why it would cause such a fuss. So obviously got the background and got the credit to be cast in the role. So yeah, fair play. You see what it's like. I'm interested to just see. I'm trying to keep very level-headed with Fantastic Four and not have any preconceptions. To see a lot of people kicking off about, especially Joseph Quinn, and any sort of thing to do with the casting. I feel like it's just popular in it to get on the back of it, but I just want to see give it its chance and see what it's like going with fresh eyes.
Milky, for you, what's your thoughts on that? A female Silver Surfer?
Isn't Silver Surfer supposed to be a man? I'm a bit confused by it. I don't get it. I'm like, why have we been cast as a female? But it's the 21st century. These things happen these days. So yeah, I'll roll with it.
I think there's both. I think there's the male and the female.
There's 2 versions.
Yeah, it is on my thumb now, but I can't get that up in a minute. Let's see what the chat is saying. Meg says, wasn't she in Inventing Anna? I believe she was. I know my mum's actually seen that show, and I think she's done like Judy Garland biopic as well. But she is really good as Ruth in Ozark. Popstart says Ozark is great. Yeah, and Coombsy said she's in that Anna series, isn't she? So she is really great at what she does. But what I do like about this, because the film is going to be like a 1960s kind of feel, it gives me a bit more confidence. If this was all modern day with this like modern day stars, it almost feels like it's set up for failure because it's going to be like have a 60s feel to it. I feel a lot more confident with it. Mark says she looks like one of my exes. That sort of angry face. Lee said, "I'm no real affinity with Fantastic Four, but honestly think all the actors cast are super talented, so it's got my attention." Yeah, the casting for the stars is brilliant. So I just hope they do have the chemistry. What you guys in the chat and Joe and Milky? What are you guys more excited for then, with the Fantastic Four or like the X-Men? I know we've got X-Men, we've got Deadpool, but what are you more excited for? The new X-Men revamps or the Fantastic Four?
Well, Milky's buzzing for Deadpool.
Of course, yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not buzzing for anything Marvel, to be honest. I've lost all love for all of it. I just fell out of love after Endgame, and I just don't seem to have any interest in any of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird.
5 years since Endgame this week, by the way.
Wow.
It's because of COVID as well. Like the
crazy.
COVID takes away 2 years, doesn't it? And then yeah, Joe, what's your answer then?
I'm sort of on the same wavelength as Milky. I'm not excited, if that makes sense. Like, I look forward to watching it when it's released, but I'm not like eagerly awaiting the series to come out. Like, I was more excited today seeing a trailer for 6 shorts of Star Wars animation than I have been for announcements for this. I think they've dragged out, especially the Fantastic Four. They've dragged out announcing the cast and announcing it for so long now. It's probably been about 4 years since they first said they were rebooting it again. Might even be longer than that. Might have been before Endgame. So now they finally said they're doing it. It's a bit like, yeah, all right.
We know you're doing it. We know.
The cast has been basically leaked for a year, almost a year. It seems like. So when they did announce it, it's like, okay,
yeah. I do feel that they have had the problems with Disney, and I forgot that Bob, was it Bob something? Bob Iger. So Disney is declining, but the only thing I can say, they had COVID and then they had the writers' strike, so it has been a bumpy slope for like the whole industry. So hopefully this is them trying to work their way back up. And this year, then there's only Deadpool Wolverine Deadpool film, isn't there? There's nothing else coming out, so the production of stuff, it has slowed down, which might be a good thing, because when they're putting out all these TV shows, maybe is Daredevil this year? Because I'm seeing a lot of Daredevil born. Coombsy will know. There's a lot of Daredevil
now, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I've seen clips of the photos of the Punisher, so maybe that might be the end of this year.
I just don't like that they give us the whole timeline of what's coming out for the next wave, and we know these movies, and it's like, don't tell us, just surprise us. And guys, tomorrow this is dropping, or next week this is dropping.
Yeah,
we don't need to know what's coming in 6 months' time. Yeah,
I totally agree. My favorite comment in the chat so far is definitely from Lee. He says he's more excited for Planet of the Apes. Myself included, like, I can't wait. Like, everyone knows, I think me and Lee are very similar with I love Andy Serkis and his work, Planet of the Apes, Lord of the Rings. But yeah, I saw the new IMAX trailer the other day for Planet of the Apes, and it just looks incredible. And I think we've got a new rising star in Freya Allen, who is the female lead in the new Planet of the Apes film. It looks incredible, and this is one I have to see at IMAX. I experienced doing part 2 in IMAX, and now these big films I have to see, I've just got to go to IMAX now. I can't do it any other way. What else we got here, guys? Daredevil is next year. There we go. Coombsy is in the know. So we're going to move on then to some Funko Pops. So we don't really talk about Funko Pops as much on the channel. So we're going to talk about Phantom Menace Pops. I've tried to zoom in as much as I could for the Pops. So we'll start at Milky. Milky, what are your thoughts on the Pops, or these 3 at least? The first thing I've noticed is that Anakin is called Anakin Skywalker. The pop I've got, the exact same one, is called Young Anakin Skywalker. So they've given it a name change at least. So I've varied it a little bit.
So I really like them. I like the young Anakin. I'm guessing this is him from when he's going to be on his pod racer. And The Jar Jar's really cool. Any excuse to have a Jar Jar pop. The Obi-Wan, yeah, it's probably the weakest of the set. But I really like the fact that they're coming out, and I didn't even know that this was this new anniversary and all these things were coming out. So it's definitely a good, cool little wave, and I love the box design. The red and black look really cool.
Yeah, 100%. Joe?
The boxes are unreal. It looks so good, and it marries up with the poster, lovely, and obviously like the Darth Maul sort of theme. Really happy with the Anakin. Before, when they released like the few prequel pops they did release, sort of within the like original Star Wars lines, I thought the boxes they just didn't marry up to the sequels. They were very like originals-esque. So to see these now looks so good. I don't own a Jar Jar pop, but this one seems the most fitting out of all the ones they have released. So I'll probably pick this one up. And I love that Obi-Wan. It just reminds me of watching the Phantom Menace for the first time. I just think it looks so sick. I'm so excited for him.
Yeah, I've got a few pops here, being as you mentioned box design. So this is Empire Strikes Back, and this brand is actually good. I like this.
Yeah.
With the Phantom Menace pops though, they haven't actually put like a anniversary stamp hit on the front. There might be one on the back. So that box design I love. I feel like it's very reminiscent of Empire Strikes Back. This one is a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive from the Phantom Menace, but there's literally nothing on that tells you it's the Phantom Menace. Even on the back, it's very, very bland. So yeah, box design on that isn't great, but it is a Smuggler's Bounty exclusive, so maybe that is why they've had to keep it plain. And then they've done the other one across the Galaxy range. It's another Phantom Menace pop, but apart from it being Qui-Gon, you do not know that is a Phantom Menace, or it's meant to be based on the Phantom Menace. On the back, it's got Tatooine, but gives nothing away that it is a Phantom Menace pop. So yeah, I am very happy with the branding on these ones. So anyone picking up any of these three? And people in the chat, anyone picking up any of these Phantom Menace pops? Mark, you ordering any? Lee, you collecting any of these? Even though Lee doesn't keep them in the box.
Box is going to bin though.
Yeah, so guys, are you getting any of these?
Yeah, I'll get a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for me, I'm like a massive Obi-Wan Kenobi fan, so and I do love the pop. I'm glad they released this because I didn't have space for that. The builder scene with Darth Maul and Qui-Gon, the three.
Yeah.
I love it, but I just haven't got nowhere to put it. Like, on the top up here, I've got like the Millennium Falcon and stuff, but no one ever sees it. So if I got the 3-piece, no one ever see that either. Going on to the other three, is it 3? I think I'm missing out Darth Maul. I think on the deluxe one. What do you guys think of these?
The Battle Droid pop's the best pop of the year so far. Unreal. Looks so good. It's the best one out of the lot.
I'd agree.
Even the eyes, because that's how Funko. It's almost like their trademark, isn't it? The eyes, like the black eyes, but they've put like a little line through the eyes or like a gap. So they've done really, really clever to actually like popify it, which is really impressive. Milky, what's your thoughts on the pops?
Yeah, I really like the Battle Droid. Like you just pointed out the eye thing, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the weapons. I like the stance on it and everything. It doesn't look too small for some of the pops that they've been bringing out, and they don't fit. Yeah, the Padme one. It definitely looks like young Leia. It's crazy how they look very similar.
Yeah.
I can say I've actually got young Leia here, but you can't. But yeah, it don't look like it that much, but yeah, it does at the same time. That's with just because she's brunette. There's not much you can really do with that Padme because she's like undercover. There's actually not much you can actually do. Joe, if you did get a Natalie Portman auto, would it be this one?
No, it'd be the other one. The
Attack of the Clones.
It's the exclusive, isn't it? Seattle exclusive. The Attack of the Clones the white outfit one. That's the most Padme pop they've released. It does make me excited seeing this Battle Droid pop though. Also, that imagine if they do a Attack of the Clones. I know that some people, very much Lee, doesn't like Attack of the Clones, but can you imagine a Super Battle Droid pop? That would look sick.
What's that, like the one from Battlefront?
Yeah,
like,
the ones.
The fist. Like that. Yeah, yeah, that's a class one. That'd be brilliant. Where are we at then?
It's
Corey
like a
says,
droider car. The circle ones that roll
Yes.
around.
yes, mate, exactly. A droider car. That would be brilliant. I've always wanted a droider car. I'll pick up the Padme and the Battle Droid ones. They're both awesome. Funko have done a Battle Droid before and it was better. It's a wacky wobbler, strangely. Oh, I like to see that. Paul says Hayden Christian attended LFCC. Did he? Oh, I'm not sure. Was it a show master? Archive.
It was it was a Showmasters one. That might be.
Was it London?
No, the Birmingham one was Showmasters, so that might be what it means.
And Coom says Attack of the Clones anniversary got that Anakin Saber pop, and that's all. So yeah, I mean, if they got a Phantom Menace anniversary pops, hopefully we'll get even Revenge of the Sith ones. Imagine Revenge of the Sith ones. That'll be unreal. You might as well hold off on the signings and might have to do a swap for like 6 years time, or whatever it will have to be. And then finally the other three. There you go. Watto, Queen Amidala on the throne, and Darth Maul on Bluefin Speeder. Never knew it was called that, but looks very, very cool. Joe, what are your thoughts on these three?
Hey, only money. I do like the Watto pop, but it literally is like the same mold as the last one, isn't it? Just a different box.
Yeah, I don't own it.
Yeah, it's sick. It is sick. Padme one looks good, but the things of these deluxe pops, they're just too big to store, aren't they? Especially if you keep them in, and even if you take them out, it's as you said before with the other scenes. Where do you put stuff? I mean, I've just found a Darth Vader deluxe pop that I thought I'd lost or sold that was at my mum and dad's house, and now I've got it. And I have nowhere to put it.
What one is it?
It's the one in the chamber.
That's
coming
what.
out
Yeah.
of chamber.
Yeah, I've got that literally on my floor. Don't know what to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the bigger ones. I have all the thrones. I have all the rides, and Game of Thrones and things like that. And I'm a fan of all the bigger size boxes. So I really like the Queen Armadillo one.
I was gonna say that Mark could do like a Star Wars version with the throne. You could get Natalie Portman if he somehow meets her, and you get Keira Knightley to sign the throne as well.
Yeah.
And who's that? Rose Byrne. I think she plays a decoy as well. So that'd be three very good autos on that throne if you could get that. Kim said, yeah, that's literally the same Watto. Thanks for tuning in, Leaf. Yeah, really appreciate you dropping in. Hope to see you on another one soon, mate. Guys, anything else to add on the Darth Maul on the speeder? It does look really cool, but just spacing again is the problem.
It's weird. You can't really see how big it is from that. It looks like the box is massive compared to the actual pop. If the pop itself's like that wide, which is what it looks like, it doesn't look much bigger than a pop, then it could be quite cool to have out. But it's one of them that the photos they release now don't really do stuff justice. Like the deluxe NFTs for Star Wars actually look a lot cooler than the photos they've done.
Yeah. You know, it reminds me of I'm not sure if you've seen them. I think Joe, you've seen them in Cardiff with me. Do you remember the Bert and the Mary Poppins ones? That weird box shape. So I reckon it might be that kind of size, like the in between size. Yeah, I don't think it would actually be as big as like what have I got behind me? I think you got that Mandalorian and Grogu walking on the sand. I don't think it'll be as big as that. Kumi said it looks like a standard rice size. Yeah, I don't know. It is a weird one, that. Anyway, we've got a new feature now to go through called Keep 5, Bin 5. Now, you guys aren't too aware of what's going on.
This.
So let's play our brand new game, Keep 5, Bin 5. Right, guys.
Great song choice.
So Keep 5, Bin 5. So we've got 10 films I'm going to show you guys. First of all, can anyone else guess what the theme is? I mean, it might be very easy, but it might be difficult as well. Can anyone guess the theme?
Sand.
It is sand. It is sand. So all these films have sand in, of course. Star Wars Tatooine.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah.
That's
Star
horrible.
Wars Tatooine, The Mummy in the desert, Dune in the desert, Attack of the Clones, Tatooine, Castaway on the beach, Spider-Man No Way Home, Sandman, Holes, lots of sand, Indiana Jones, loads of sand, Mad Max, Pirates of the Caribbean. So, guys, the idea here is you've got to keep 5 films and bin 5 films. So you can work together. If you want to discuss what you're thinking, any immediate films you'd keep, any immediate films you've been. So if you two work together and chat, you can. Coombsy's been in holes right away.
Oh mate, that's what I'm toyed with. I love holes. I can help with that. I can
Right,
fix that.
Oh, Sam.
Oh, Sam.
Right. Go on, guys. Let's hear your thinking then. What you think?
That's hard. That's hard.
I don't know. What are you thinking immediately, Milky? Mad Max gets in the
Holes.
bin for me.
Gone.
All right, I'll agree with holes. I'll agree with holes. Holes can 0-1-2-1.
Right. So you got
Go
your
on,
first bin.
you gonna pick one?
Give me a keep.
Star Wars original.
Yeah.
So New Hope's keeping, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Have to.
Purely
What
because I
else?
haven't seen it, I'm gonna have to go with Dune and scrap it.
No chance. I'm afraid I have to veto that one. It might be one of the best films I've ever seen in my life.
Fair enough.
Can't bin it. Can't. It's so good.
Cover chat.
Is the first
Right.
one better than the second one?
Second one's
No,
miles better.
second one's miles better. Yeah,
Second
Okay.
one, yeah.
it's the Empire to New Hope.
Yeah, Harry says they made us read the book as well as watch the film. Harry's a bit younger, so it shows they're still doing holes in school then. That's mad. But yeah, I thought holes was a good one to put in. It's a bit of a rogue. It's not obviously the level and the caliber of a lot of these films, but it's quite
Nostalgic though, isn't it?
yeah, nostalgic. I was gonna say iconic, but nostalgic is the worst. Meg says keep Mummy, Dune 2, Indiana Jones, Pirates in Episode 2. So Meg would bin A New Hope, Spider-Man No Way Home. What else has she been in? Castaway, Legendary.
Mad Max.
Corey's keeping Attack of the Clones, Pirates, Spider-Man No Way Home, Indiana Jones. Coombsy says no one's been in No Way Home. Paul's keeping Dune. It's epic. All right, I need another keep then, guys. What are you going for?
What have we
Keep
binned
Castaway.
off then? Holes in Mad Max.
You've only binned off holes. Are you binned off Mad Max?
Yeah, I don't like it.
Milky?
Yeah, we've been off. Yeah, we've been off.
I've not seen it, so
I've seen it. I love it, but
Right, so you got 2 bin. You need to keep 4 more and bin 3 more.
keep Castaway.
Oh, I don't know because the caliber. I love Castaway, but I don't know. Where would you rank Castaway on a side question, like on a comparison to other Tom Hanks films, like Terminal, Forrest Gump? Where would you rank it amongst that?
I'd rank it above both of those.
Yeah, I think
Really?
Castaways top 3. Yeah, top 3 Tom Hanks films. It's probably with Big and Forrest Gump.
Big's the best.
I
don't know.
You're only locked in New Hope. Lock in another keep for me.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think you have to. Spider-Man. Mate, this is so hard.
Right, so you're keeping New Hope, No Way Home. You've been in holes and Mad Max.
Yeah.
All right. Should we go through it then? The Mummy. What do you think of The Mummy?
I could bin that.
I
Seen it
could.
too many times.
Yeah, I could. I think I prefer the second one over the first one.
All right, you want to be The Mummy?
I mean, I don't want to, but in the grand scheme of what's on offer.
All right, it's binned. I need 2 more bins and 3 more keeps. Come on, give me a keep then. So you
Indeed.
keep...
You have to keep doing, I think. So that's two,
If you say
2,
so.
isn't it?
Milky?
It's honestly, it's so good, mate.
I would say you will love it.
I would enjoy it when I watch it. Yeah.
So you got 3 bin, 3 keep now. I need answers for Indy, Attack of the Clones, Pirates, and Castaway.
I could bin Attack of the Clones. To be fair, it's the weakest of the 3.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're going off that, we've got a Star Wars in there already. We've got the OG, so it really pains me to say it, but Attack of the Clones, I have to
let Milky have an overall on that one. All right, I need 1 more bin. So
just
you
just having a moment.
So final 3 then: Castaway, Pirates, and Indiana Jones. This is Raiders of the Lost Ark, by the way.
My favorite of the 3 is Pirates.
I think Pirates of the Caribbean has to stay.
Oh my god! So you've been in. You've been in either Castaway or Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Just for a disclaimer, this is my favorite Indiana Jones film.
Yeah.
So you want to keep
So-
that one then, Joe?
I mean, I do, but I also love Castaway, so I am happy to. If we're both one apiece, because you want to keep Castaway, I assume.
I'm either or. I could take either or of those. So
I'm happy to let the chat
whichever you
decide the
feel
last
more
one.
strong on. Yeah.
I'm happy for the chat to decide the last one.
If you want me to push it a little bit, the theme was sand. So if you want to, actually, that don't really help much. I was going to say what has more sand in, but yeah, it's probably quite even actually. What has more sand? Go on. We'll let the chat decide. The first comment, Indy or Castaway, what stays in the keep? First one to say what keeps, they will put it in the keep.
Wait
And
for
the other
Joe
one
to type in there now.
Let's tell us a count as well.
Right. Oh, he's got the pot. He's got the pot. You know, see, I could have put Dial of Destiny in.
On every grain of sand in the movie.
There you go.
Meg says Indy.
Meg's gone for Indy. So the 5 you are keeping is A New
Wilson.
Hope, A New Hope, No Way Home, Dune 2, Pirates, and Indiana Jones. I think you've actually done really well here. You've been in of Holes, Mad Max, The Mummy, Attack of the Clones, and Castaway. So the good news is that's over. The bad news is we've got another round.
Of course we do.
Right.
Is it TV shows?
Right. It is iconic male characters, but they are all human. Okay, so none of them got superpowers. They're all standard geezers. Good luck, lads.
Oh, mate.
So keep hang on. While you brace yourselves. Right then, iconic male human characters. We've got Jon Snow, Han Solo, James Bond, Aragorn, John McClane, Jack Sparrow, Tony Stark, Rick Grimes, Rocky Balboa, and Ethan Hunt. So,
Goodbye,
Milky,
Ethan Hunt.
what are you thinking?
Yeah, goodbye, Ethan Hunt.
Goodbye, Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt.
Goodbye, James Bond.
Oh no!
That James Bond. Goodbye, Daniel Craig.
Corey's going keep Rick Grimes, James Bond, Jack Sparrow, Han Solo, and Jon Snow. So what I like to do when the ones you keep in, so that means Corey's been in Aragorn, John McClane, Ethan Hunt, Tony Stark, and Balboa. So that's a mad 5 you've been in. That is a mad 5 you've been in. But yeah, there's no right or wrong, guys. Mark would keep Jon Snow, Bond, Captain Jack, Tony. See, no one's keeping Aragorn. No one's keeping Aragorn.
You're gonna hear me say it now.
No one.
Jon Snow can go.
No one's keeping Aragorn.
He's not in the same caliber as these people.
Right. I need a keep. Can I get a first keep?
I don't think he heard you, Milky.
I don't think he did.
What's that?
I said Kit Harington can go because I don't think he's in the same caliber as these actors or these characters.
So you've been in Jon Snow?
Yeah, I would bin Jon Snow for this 5.
So you've got 2 bins. You've got no keeps yet. I will say, like, I tried my best to get humans. I know there are I think some of them technically might have like special powers or something. Like, can Aragorn do anything a bit inhuman? I feel
He
like
can talk to the dead.
He's a Dunedain.
Yeah, so some of these people, I think
he's human.
Yeah. Can Kit do something? I feel like Kit or Jon Snow. Sorry, I feel like Jon Snow can do something a bit.
Can fly a dragon, bro? Can you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. There you go. So I tried to
come back from the dead.
It was harder than I thought. This. Yeah. Meg's gone. Keep Aragorn, James Bond, Captain Jack Sparrow, Tony Stark. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're missing one. Meg.
You've got to keep Rocky.
Yeah, not much love for Rocky tonight. Iron Man has one.
I would keep Rocky.
Right.
Same.
So can I get 2 keeps, please, lads?
I'm putting my name in the hat of Aragorn. I just
Yeah, Rocky and Aragorn.
I couldn't bin him off. I don't think.
Joe, you happy with Rocky?
Yeah.
Rocky and Aragorn. I love this game. Right, so we've got 2 keep, 2 bin, and Meg's final one was Han Solo. Jack's in the stream. Good to see you in the stream chat. So we're keeping 5, binning 5. So the lads they're keeping Rocky and Aragorn so far, and they're binning off Ethan Hunt and Jon Snow. But it's quite good fun watching the lads suffer.
I'm happy to bin off John McClane.
Yeah, I've not seen many comments with John McClane tonight. Milky, what are you thinking?
Did you say bin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Unfortunately, it's sad that the actual actor's deteriorating daily, but yeah. John McClane as the character is a great guy, but yeah, he can go. He's a Christmas guy.
He's a Christmas. We'll bring it back at Christmas. Kit deserves to stay because you had to meet Coombsy. He's in the bin. I'm very surprised he's in the bin. Very, very surprised.
He's not the same caliber of actor.
Oh, Meg
in
said
this set.
Meg said should have put John Wick as a choice. Is he human, John Wick? Yeah. I've not seen the John Wick franchise.
So good.
One of
Amazing
the
films.
many thoughts of mine. Right, can I get another keep, please, lads?
How many have we got to keep? Two left.
Keep 3 more. You've so far.
3
You only
more?
kept Rocky and Aragorn so far.
I think Han Solo has to be I think he just summarizes Star Wars for me. I think he's the most relatable as a Star Wars character.
Thank you, Meg. Thanks for this, Meg. Got the
Even
chat.
bloody.
Yes, you should tell. All right, that's noted for next time. Milky, are you happy to keep Han Solo?
Sure.
No, he's not. He's not. Right, we'll let Milky bin one. Bin one,
James
Milky.
Bond.
All right, 007's gone. I need 1 more bin and 2 more keep. So let's talk about Rick Grimes then. No one's mentioned Rick Grimes tonight. Where you got 1 more space for a bin and 2 more space for a keep.
Those 3.
That's
hard.
Jack, Tony, and Rick.
What's that mean? You've got Jack Sparrow, Tony Stark, and Rick Grimes. Yeah, the bottom 3 left.
You're gonna have to bin Tony Stark and keep the other 2.
Oh. All right, I'll put a question to you, Milky. When you watched Endgame at the end, did you cry? Or did you get teary? Did you feel that way in The Walking Dead? In the Ones Who Live?
I cried at The Walking Dead.
So I think Rick has to stay because we were all very emotional. So it shows how we feel. So I think Rick has to stay.
Yes.
Right. Rick stays. So it's between Tony Stark and Jack Sparrow. Johnny Depp versus Robert Downey Jr.
So would you watch another Pirates of the Caribbean if it wasn't him? Because I wouldn't either. There is no other Jack Sparrow without Johnny Depp. But I could watch another Iron Man.
What you been in? You've been in Iron Man. You've been in Tony
I'm
Stark.
been in Iron Man. That's where I'm standing.
I think I edged towards Captain Jack as well.
See, I put in Jack Sparrow because I know that Meg and Joe have recently watched Pirates of the Caribbean. So I thought it might edge you a little bit. So you got your keeps then. So you're keeping Rocky Balboa, Aragorn, Han Solo, Rick Grimes, and Jack Sparrow. You're binning off Ethan Hunt, Jon Snow, John McClane, 007, and Tony Stark. So the chat won't be happy. Nobody's binning off Robert Downey Jr., but Dino, Joe, and Ryan Milky are binning him off.
Boy, stop this narrative.
Iron Man is one of the most well-known characters ever, and Robert. I should have put in Captain America. That would stir it up a bit. Bloody hell! There we go, lads. So that is the end of Keep 5, Bin 5. So yeah, please don't.
I like how you get away with all this by being the host. What would you choose?
It's not. I'm the host. The host.
Oh, okay. Well, just wait till Horseman.
Yeah, wait till Horseman. So yeah, that's the end of Keep 5, Bin 5, guys. Let's just play the tune one more time. All right, guys. Next up, we've actually got YouTube comment of the week. So, Joe and Milky, have you got your YouTube comments of the week?
Somewhere I do.
Milky, you got yours up? Or do you know what it is?
No.
Right, I need to get mine up. So this is swell. I'm just gonna get mine up. Mine was actually today. Yeah. So I'll start on mine then. So my you hang on, let's get it going. So it's time for YouTube comment of the week. Okay, guys. So my YouTube comment of the week comes from my Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live, episode 6 reaction video. It came in yesterday from Michigan Cubs fan, and they said, "Great reaction. I'm glad you uploaded it. We watched these for the raw emotions," which was lovely. So, yeah, really love watching The Walking Dead, Ones Who Live, episode 6. Really emotional episode, and it was nice to see a comment where people actually watch these videos in a video like what I put out for those raw emotions and reactions. That was really nice. So yeah, shout out to Michigan Cubs fan. Joe, you got your one, mate?
Yeah, mine wasn't a comment. It was a message I received. What day are we on? Yesterday morning. I received a message yesterday morning on Instagram.
Lovely stuff.
They asked and they wanted to say.
Wait right there. As you were.
Every week that's going to do me. They've wished to stay anonymous, but the message says, "Unreal episode, mate. Really enjoyed that. My partner was listening in the background. She said it was the same. Very natural. Where's the end of it? I really look forward to Monday's show. So yeah, it made me feel very good yesterday morning.
And this is based on
based on the first episode of the Dino Joe show from Tuesday, where I interviewed Jason Anthony, which loads of people in the chat tonight were in the chat as well. So yeah, from that, and I think it went really well. So it was
yeah. I'll say, do you want to plug it?
Nice
You want to plug the show? What it actually is?
Yeah, so it's basically just it's an interview based show. So I'm doing 6 episodes for the first series, and then taking probably about a month's break to regather guests, and then I'll continue doing multiple series. But it's basically like an interview based hour talk show where I'm interviewing a guest from the entertainment industry of some description, and then at some point during the live, guests will be asked questions from the chat, and it's really good, really in depth, and Tuesday was a really good opener and a good base to start from. I really appreciate everyone watching. It was it's good fun.
Yeah, no, really enjoyed it, and Jason was great as well, and really thorough answers as well, which is nice. It wasn't like a question, it wasn't a Q&A, it was an actual like a proper interview, and it was back and forth. So yeah, no, really enjoyed it, mate. Mark says, haven't watched the show yet, been so busy. I'm sure he will. Paul says, fantastic interview, Joe. Kim says, I reckon we get Dan to speak to Lauren May Kim about appearing on it. Who is that? Is that Ahsoka? Is that voice of Ahsoka? No,
I'm not sure.
Who is that? Do you know? You don't know?
Not sure off the top of my head.
I thought it's like a dirty joke. Like, I'm not aware. I was panicking there. I was like, oh my god, I'm not saying that again. Harry says, Tel, we need to bring back more beloved games like Blurry Logo. That even I can't see. Yeah, I'll work on a few other stuff, but yeah, I thought that was a good one. Keep 5 being 5. Milky,
don't tempt him, Harry.
Yeah, you guys suffer enough. Anything from you, Milky, on comments or anything?
Yeah, I have a comment. You know, play the jingle.
Go on, tell me to play the jingle.
You can play the jingle. Oh, great! Now I'm full screen. So my comment of the week comes from my 18+ Fortnite Deadpool takeover. I had some fun with that one. I played a game of Fortnite with Pop in Missouri. I was running around as the Deadpool skin, and we got a win. And Pop in Missouri commented saying this was an awesome video, and it was a pleasure taking all of the shots so you could get the win. If people haven't seen it, I spent a lot of time digging for voice notes from like Ryan Reynolds when he was playing Deadpool, and it kind of tells a story throughout the little game of Fortnite that we play, and it was quite a funny little thing that I did. And I know people go on and on and on about Milky hates Deadpool and all this kind of stuff, and I do, but it was fun to make that kind of video. And having popping around and playing Fortnite, it was fun. So that's my shout out of the week my comment of the week to Poppin.
Lovely stuff. So that is it then for YouTube comment of the week, guys. So let's have a quick look at the chat before we move on to our final segment. Stuntwoman for Ahsoka. Is this live action? Oh, Ahsoka season 7 mocap, Miss Marvel stunts, armor stunts, etc., etc. So if Joe's interested, and it sounds really, really cool. So next up, guys, it is actually time for the Comic Con announcement, but I've got to have a little think of who it actually is. So, guys, Comic Con announcement. So, Showmasters have got another big Comic Con announcement tomorrow evening at 7 p.m, which is a bit more exciting, being as they've got Rupert Grint and Denise Richards. So, hopefully, it is someone exciting. I've heard nothing about any rumors about who it could be. Guys, any Comic Con announcements that you've seen over the past week? Because I've first been a bit quiet, or if it's not quiet, a bit repetitive.
I did see one thing that wasn't a guest announcement, but it was ACOA that was stepping down from LFCC, which was a big shock.
Yeah.
I was very shocked with that. I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Well, ask if you could explain what that is, Milky, if you know. I'm rubbish at that kind of stuff with authenticity. So
ACOA is an authenticator. They're the people that we go and stand in and get our autographs authenticated when we go to these Comic Cons to make sure that they're real and legit. And it also gives it the little sticker on the side and gives it the extra value when people go to buy it because they look for all the authentications. And it was just yesterday. I was on Fortnite with you guys and I got off and I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw that there was a whole paragraph from them saying that they'd been stepping down from LFCC. They were no longer going to be the exclusive merchant at the stands. And I was like, okay, that's different. Maybe they'll sign on for Monopoly. Maybe we'll get something else, because they never said they were leaving the UK entirely, but it was very interesting that they were no longer going to be at LFCC.
That was my next question. So ACOA, they're separating from Showmasters, and they've not shut down as a company. No, they just
no ACOA.
Yeah, it does ring a bell. And so did they say who they're replacing it with? Did they say it's?
They didn't.
I think Coomsy knows.
Yeah, that's Joe. What's your thoughts on this, Joe? Or have you got any knowledge on it? I've not really been one to get things authenticated like this.
I was quite surprised, especially because they've been a partner for a long time. It was quite surprising. It's a shame, but it's a shame. But as long as they're replacing it with something else, and another company does the same service, then that's the main thing. But obviously, it's a shame for ACOA that it's a lot of business they'll lose out on. I hope they get signed to another big con company in the UK, so it keeps them just as busy. Because I think I can't remember the figure, but I read a figure from that post. They've authenticated just at Showmasters events alone, like an absolutely ridiculous number of authentications. Even like at Winter, there was a point where we went and stood upstairs and looked over their booth, and they had like Ian McKellen in there, Kit Harington in there, just signing tons of stuff for them that people have sent in. So I know that SWAU can be very, very expensive. I don't know what ACOA sort of prices were. So as long as it's
was a tenner each.
No, but it's in sending stuff. So
the
cost to send in. So yeah, as long as prices are still reasonable, then yeah, one of them. Announcements wise, I've been quite impressed with Northeast getting loads of announcements this week. considering the
yeah.
cons next week.
Yeah.
Obviously, they had quite a few dropouts, haven't they? The last like fortnight or so, and they made an announcement specifically, didn't they, saying, "Look, we're trying to get some American guests and British guests because we understand that their guest list wasn't very big, and all of a sudden they had like, I mean, the main guy on the posters, Theo Rossi, he's not going.
It's weird they don't actually sorry, it's weird they don't edit out them posters. Like, you might as well stop that promotion. It's not that hard just to re-upload the image or whatever it is. Merch is different, of course, but the actual poster for the website, surely you can edit that out, and because it is, unless they are deliberately false advertising, then people will just turn up. Wayne's in the stream. Thanks for tuning in, Wayne. We're coming to the end of it now. We're just chatting about Comic Con announcements, so probably not your cup of tea, but thank you for tuning in. Milky, have you seen any other announcements this week? I'm really struggling. I know we've got Greedo going northeast, Admiral Akbar going northeast.
Tim Rose, Paul Blake, Mike
Nimrod,
Quinn,
of course, who Mark, who's doing private signing with Mike Quinn. So
Zach Galligan,
yeah. So nothing. I was very, very tempted to go, but at the moment it's not worth it with Seth Gilliam, who plays Gabriel on Walking Dead. He's going to the Manchester Con. So at the moment, not too worth it. Yeah, not too worth it for me. So yeah, you guys see any other announcements this week?
I haven't heard anything new.
Sean Astin tonight for Comic Con Scotland, quite a cool one. So
what do you guys think on that with the Scotland one? Because there doesn't seem to be a theme at the moment. They are just spamming it, really.
No, they posted logos, didn't they, about 3 or 4 months ago, and it was like a Lord of the Rings logo, Harry Potter, Sons of Anarchy, Supernatural. There was they've posted, and Doctor Who maybe. So they've posted like they've just made it very vague, so they can pretty much anyone within those franchises go, oh yeah, here's one.
We'll satisfy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. It's cool that last year they've obviously like provided around the country different variety of guests from the same franchises. So like over the last year, you've got all the main guys except from Jeffrey Dean Morgan from Supernatural that they would have done everywhere. I mean, this year alone, you got Sean Astin going to 2 cons. He went to a con last year. Elijah Wood going to a con this year. Did 2 last year. Andy Serkis. It's pretty mad, really. So yeah, it is good.
Yeah. Hopefully they do step it up. There has been a lot of like multi-contracts, so a lot of the guests are being repeated, which isn't a bad thing. So hopefully the bigger names do get repeated, like Sean Astin as well. So yeah, that is really exciting to see. Now we're going to do what's coming up on the guys' channels. So guys, what is coming up on your channels? We'll start with Dino Joe, who's in good spirits. So what have you got coming up on your channel?
Yeah, Dino Joe show continues on Monday. Got a good friend of mine, Ryan Wembridge, who you may know as a Wemberway. He has been an actor since his early teens, so it'd be really interesting to talk to him because there's conversations that I've not particularly had with him either. So it'd be really interesting to find out because he's works on Broadchurch, Father Brown, Doctor Who, loads of stuff. He's worked with David Tennant, Olivia Colman. He's worked with some pretty big British actors, so it'd be interesting to hear sort of the ins and outs of the British TV industry. So that would be interesting, a good conversation, and like Tuesday's show, he's very, very talkative, so it'll be a nice easy one for me because he likes to expand with incredible vocabulary after every answer. So
he's a very good talker.
Yeah, very. So that'll be good. Content wise, I've got a Star Wars Funko unboxing to do. I'm generally gonna do like when I do Funko stuff now, I'm kind of edging away doing loads of Funko. It'll be mainly like an unboxing of a franchise if I get like a load of stuff in, and I'll save it to do one big thing rather than like, oh look, I've picked up this, I've picked up that. I'll save it so it's like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel, that sort of thing, and focus on film and TV. So I'm not sure. So that's sort of where my channel's heading. So I'm quite excited for it. It's going in good directions. But yeah.
For you, Sir Milky, what's come up on your channel? He was ready.
So
He got you.
I
He
was.
got you,
You
didn't
got
he?
me there. You got me. I'm ready to host the Horseman tomorrow night. I know I've been ill for the last week from Comic Con and stuff like that, but I need to put a foot forward and just do it and see what I can put my body to. So I'm hosting the Horseman tomorrow. We've been off for 2 weeks, so that's going to be a good comeback. And it's WrestleMania week, boys. You know, I love my wrestling. You know, I love WWE. WWE's just been announced for a Scotland event as well in June, so that's insane. So I'll be doing wrestling content all weekend. And then regarding Funko, I'm pretty much out of the game. I know in this live stream I just said I'm buying some more Star Wars stuff when they drop them, but I'm going to start showcasing what Game of Thrones pops I've got.
Love that.
And it's just going to be a one pop video. I'm going to showcase one pop and that's it. And then the next one will be another pop.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that I'm keeping in my collection forever.
Yeah.
And these are the ones that I'm hoping to get signed. Things like that. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, just stuff coming because I haven't been doing stuff. I was ill. I was supposed to have reviews and all sorts out, and I haven't done it because I've been ill. So I do apologise to people that might have been waiting for those.
But we've got, we look forward to seeing the Horseman coming back. But we've also, it's coming. House of Dragon is coming as well. So House of Dragon content coming on your channel soon as well.
Yeah, as soon as House of the Dragon comes, then that's back to detailed breakdown stuff. We'll be live on Headless's channel immediately after the episode finishes on a Sunday. And then we'll be on my channel on a Monday with detailed breakdown slides where I'll be able to explain to you all what's happening in each scene. And it'll just be me be able to just unload everything that I know because I have to hold on to everything for spoilers for so long.
Yeah. It's always like I told you so. It's happening. It's gonna happen.
I can't wait to say that. I told you so.
Yeah, right now.
And everyone gets upset and they all love these people and I'm like, come on guys, you all know they're gonna die.
Don't get attached. Yeah. Everyone's dead in present time.
I'm super looking forward to it.
We've got a few questions in the chat. Kimsey says he will go to Edinburgh if Charlie Hunman's going. Yeah, beware of the venue, mate. I do have to give you warnings.
I'm
about
scared of the venue,
especially after Aberdeen. The contrast in venues is incredible. Paul's going to LFCC in the summer. I hope you see you gents there if you're attending. It's possible because it is on my doorstep. It's not too far for Joe to travel. Maybe if Kit Harington goes, Milky might be up for it. But yeah, what's your
any excuse to hang out with the boys?
Yeah. It's lineup dependent at the moment. If there's if tomorrow's announcement's a banger, then we'll definitely be there. And Coombsy asked, was Wembley in Broadchurch, Joe?
Yeah,
he was in it.
Yeah. I believe it was extra work. But he's done loads of bits and pieces. But find out Monday.
There we go. And then finally, guys, it's my turn for what's coming up on my channel. So, guys, what's coming up on my channel? So, of course, we're going to continue with the Tel Talks Talk Show. It's been really hard to get into a schedule again. It's nice to have the talk show, so I've at least got something out every Thursday. Now The Walking Dead is finished, The Ones Who Live, so content-wise, it's pretty much done for that. But I absolutely love doing all the Ones Who Live reaction videos. Really great fun. So I'll probably do some reaction videos in the future, maybe another series or something else. We'll see on that one. But coming up, I've still got to do some. I've got $7 a pop signed Funko Pop to review, and that's about it at the moment. Not struggling for ideas and stuff, but it's more about getting stuff out there that I enjoy recording and I enjoy doing. I don't really want to put stuff out there for the sake of it. And then we should have another Comic Con next month. Got MCM next month. It probably will be my next one. Don't look like I'll be going to Comic Con Liverpool or Comic Con Northeast, but should have loads of content coming soon on the channel. I want to touch a bit more on Thunderbolts because obviously I'm a massive Florence Pugh fan, so hopefully touch a bit more on that. And as there's more Florence Pugh and Thunderbolts updates, I'll try and get some videos out on that. And finally, in the chat, guys, Milky can't meet Kit.
Winded me up.
He pinned him off earlier. And Chris Hill's in the chat. Focus to the stream, Chris. So, anything else from you guys to add before we wrap up? Anyone in the chat? If you got anything to add before we go, have your say now.
I just
How hyped are you, Joe, for Star Wars?
What's that?
Oh, for Tales of the Empire.
Tales of the Empire. How hyped are you for that?
unreal. It looks so good. Have you seen the trailer?
Doesn't it? I have.
Anybody in the chat seen the trailer? It looks amazing.
What is it exactly?
Yeah, I've seen it. Tales of the Empire. So we got the little animated stuff for Tales of the Jedi a couple of months ago or last year.
Oh, flip.
Now they're flipping it, and we're getting like Barriss Affy. We're getting Barriss Affy back. We're getting the Inquisitors back. We're getting Thrawn. We're getting Elsbeth. It's going to be a great 6-episode series.
Mm-hmm. That sounds sick. There's no plot,
and that drops on the May the 4th.
Oh, nice. So that's the only thing we know, is it? Then right now we've May the 4th. I don't. Oh, we've got Star Wars back in cinemas, as we. I think that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So the Phantom Menace comes out. It might already be out, or it drops Friday. Maybe it's being re-released to cinemas. So I am going 100%. I cannot wait to hear Duel of Fates in IMAX. If it goes to IMAX, I don't know if it is, but if it is, I will go, because
you'll be crying then.
Yeah.
Well, you heard Duel of Fates at Tottenham Stadium.
I was just about to say, but I was crying for a completely different reason. That was 75 minutes of life I won't get back.
One of Milky's hot dogs. That would cheer you up. Well, yeah, I can't wait for a Comic Con munch again. That would be brilliant. I need a good Comic Con munch. But yeah, anyway, guys, that is good then for tonight's stream. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you to Joe and Milky. Make sure you do check out their channels for their upcoming content in the upcoming weeks. Thank you for watching, guys, and we'll see you next week. See you later.
Ta-da.